erogenous zones and how do you find them? Well, erogenous zones are zones on our body that are heightened sexual centers, sensual centers that are rich in nerve endings. And when stimulated, which they often are during foreplay or even way before foreplay, they create arousal and intimacy. So there are erogenous zones all over the body, and getting familiar with them, playing with them with each other, and even creating an erogenous map, which I'm going to show you how to do toward the end of this video, can be unbelievably informative for you and your partner when it comes to determining how to best sexually stimulate one another. So erogenous zones, like I said, are all over the body. Let's just start with the top of the head, okay? So behind the neck, behind the ears, on the chest, the shoulders, the inner, usually upper arms, but sometimes even lower arms, and definitely the wrists are erogenous zones. Breasts, obviously, are an erogenous zone. So are the sides. A lot of people find that ticklish, but other people find the side body, especially the upper side body, very sensual and sexual to touch. The ankles are an erogenous zone. The fingers and the feet and the toes are actually erogenous zones, as are the inner thighs. And obviously the genitals. But the cool thing about the erogenous zones is that you're playing with those and stimulating those for some time, visiting one and then going back and kissing for a while, and then visiting another and going and then brushing by another. And you're creating this symphony of erogenous zones before you even get to the genitals or breasts, especially in women. Because very few women find it arousing, even though for men, they love it if you go right for their genitals. For women, we typically don't want you to go right for the breasts and genitals. It's too much too soon. We want the flame stoked. We want to really want it. We want to feel heated up before you get to the breasts and genitals. And that's where erogenous zones come in. So how do you find the right erogenous zones for your partner? Because everybody's different. I'm going to be sharing with you how to create your ideal erogenous map in just a moment. But it starts in part with a conversation and with experimentation. So a lot of people, especially women, but men too, already kind of know where most of their sweetest sensitive spots are. Like a woman will already know, I love it when my, upper back is, when you kiss or brush your lips against my upper back or my neck or my ears or behind my ears, but she may not know that it's really sensual and sexy when you are, kissing or stroking her inner thighs or her inner arms, right? So the first step is a conversation and asking and talking about the erogenous zones and playing with them and exploring them. So now that you know where they all are, you can make a game out of it with your partner. Like, let's play with all your erogenous zones. Which are your favorite, right? Have you ever had your inner, your wrist kissed and stroked? Does that feel sexy and arousing? What about your ankles, right? So stimulate different parts of each other's bodies and see what feels good. Some of it may feel ticklish and you'll start giggling and laughing. Some of it will feel kind of sensual and sexy. You'll discover where your zones are. And then it comes time for the erogenous mapping. Now, the best way to do this is actually just to draw a figure like you see on the screen, or if you're not an artist, just draw a stick figure. But make sure you show the hands and the feet and the fingers and the toes, all the limbs, all the areas that could be potential erogenous zones, and mark them off, right? So on my partner, she loves the upper back and the inner wrists and the ankles and the upper inner thighs. And for me, I love the chest and the groin and right above my buttocks. You figure out where those are and you actually mark them on the map. And I've even had couples who have not only marked the erogenous zones, having fun with that, they have numbered them. So you can get that specific if you want to, where she's like, you know what? I really like it if you start at my neck and then you work your way down. Or he may say, you know, I really like it if you start right on my genitals and then you go to my inner thighs and come back to my, you can work this out because each of us is individual and it creates a whole opportunity for discovery with one another. I have yet to do this with a couple. Doesn't matter how long they've been together, where they don't discover something new about what turns each other on. And often they discover something new even about themselves. So there you go. Your erogenous exploration begins. Enjoy exploring your own erogenous zones as well as your partner's. And if you like this video, make sure to not only subscribe to my channel, but also let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to learn about, because I'm here to help you love and be loved better. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and listen to The Language of Love wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast.